You know, I got a good life. Son and a daughter, 8 and 11. A wife who loves me, a home and a job. The other day I was lying in bed in the early morning, calculating out my day and the latest dream that I had, when I heard the door open and saw my son scurry over to the bed. When he saw my eyes were open, he said, "I love you, Dad." "Love you too, son." He just stood there looking at me, and I said, "You want to get in bed with me?" And I pulled back the covers. He crawled up beside me and I pulled the covers over him. He used my arm as a pillow and he pretended to go to sleep. And I just soaked it all in. He's not going to do this for much longer. I rubbed his back and pretended to snore in his ear. He began to giggle and I saw my wife stir. And the worry of the day just fell away. After a time, I heard noises in the kitchen. Cupboard doors opening, water running. I started to get up. My wife pulled at my arm and she said, "Holly's starting to make you coffee." I listened carefully for the sound of footsteps coming up the stairs. Then I got up and started my day. There on the counter was a cup of coffee and a note which said, "You need a cup of coffee to start your day. Love, Holly." It was the sweetest cup of coffee that I've ever had. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't very good. I make much better. Besides, I've had a lot of years to get it right. It wasn't even the quarter cup of sugar that was in it that made it sweet, but everything that was behind it. It was made out of her love for me. As fathers, it's what our children do out of love for us that means the most to us. Got me thinking about my relationship to God. I just go about my day knowing that He's there, but never really taking the time to talk to Him. Or say thanks for everything. I mean, I do for God out of respect and duty. But maybe He wants us to do for Him out of our love for Him. And come up and curl in His arms and say, "I love you." And maybe make Him a cup of coffee. Oh, it won't be that great. After all, He made the coffee bean. But it may be the sweetest.